Hello guys, got my brand new catalog here. I actually had it for a day now, but took a while to get this video getting going. So originally I thought I'd do this in separate parts and talk over most of these, but I'm gonna talk over less now. Um, but yeah, let's begin. This is from 1959, supposedly. This is like a bathroom preview. That's an Empress. It's just like a preview of colors. Misty Lilac, which would be a kind of like one of the popular colors, won't be introduced until 1962. This is like about the fixtures and stuff. There's the colors. Here's some of the plants. Their china would be made here, and their cast iron would be made there. There's the typical contents. It's just kind of an overview of their fixtures. It's the bathtub section. Apologize for the stains. That is my fault. Here's some of the shower heads and stuff. Sorry for the blurry images. Sinks. Really, lavatories. It's just kind of like their faucet and drain information. Also features the chrome, excuse me. Also features the chrome bars that you can put on some sinks. I mean the chrome legs. Here's the part you've been waiting for. Empress, no one's ever found that. Here's what I thought my toilet was. It's not. In fact, I don't even think it's Rheem anymore. Such a mysterious toilet. But it's not a Larchmont. Forever mystery. You can see with this one, they started using their newer tints that they were used throughout the 60s. Originally it was Claremont, and this was also a Plymont, but they changed around at that time. Often remains the same. Originally Cortland for the elongated. Originally this was called a Phoenix. It's now a lacrosse. Eden. And Orton. What I find interesting is that they had the same model name for all the different muffins, but they went nuclear with the Claymore. Well, whatever, the flush on the fixtures. There's like whole different categories of fixtures here. Spalding, you could say, is like a Madeira. Spencer is like a Afton. Butler, I've never heard of. Canterbury's round version. Doesn't have a name here, but it's pretty much an Eden, pretty much, on a flushometer. But the model codes do not match up with the Eden. That's sure. But you could say it's the same thing, really. Never heard of this before. Quillen. Windsor, Winton. Windsor's like a, looks like an Afwall, but performs more like a Glencoe. Winton, swirly, like an Afwall. Oh. Apparently they made female urinals. Looks exactly like the stand in the photos, but they're Fumagene. Get both wall and pedestal, which is pretty cool. Seems like you can only get on flush valve only. Dana, pretty much an Alta, but with like a different trapway opening design. Mainly the mouth. I know Diesel Juicy on his Most channel has filmed a couple of these. I'll link a video in the description. Essentially, Denora is like a Expello. This is showing a Dalton on the photo. Dalton, you could say, is like a Washoe, but looks more like a Crank Correcto or a Universal Celtic back at the same time. Dolls you could probably see is like a Casso with like a different outer design. Probably like this, minus the strainer. Dewey is essentially the same thing as a standard bearing. It even has the back hole strainer, also featured on the bearing. These got redesigned. I don't know if they're still called Dewey around that time. These were redesigned sometime in the 60s. I've actually filmed 2 of them. Had a hexagonal shape to it, and the hole pattern for the strainer is actually looks like a number pattern, like a phone. It's a pretty interesting design, honestly. I'll link that video in the description if you want to look at it. I know Vintage Toilet Wizard has filmed a few of these. The Dunbar. You can also get these from Rear Spot. These two are essentially the same thing, but one's like so low and the other's like connected. Trout Prescott. The rest of this is just a bunch of random stuff. Most of these are sinks. flushing sink. I don't know why this section exists, but I appreciate it. I guess you gotta have something for the prismates back in the day. Slightly unusual for a catalog to have, but it's welcoming. These don't have model names. Except model codes, really. Wonder if these two are based on the spelling of Spencer. This one's his own different game, this one's Blowout. Well, that concludes the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.